a suspect. Hanging with the killers in the projects. Taylor on a barrel, keep quiet. Catch a nigga slipping from behind. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. Put nigga out like an outbreak. Chopper start to make the house shake.
What it do, T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 4 review. Gotta say right off rip, I'm giving this episode an A. Potomac is back. The girls are back. They are on a roll. Not one bad episode yet, and I am here for it. Okay, so we pick up where we left off last week with the girls heading to the house for their first girls trip. And it comes up in the card that Giselle, Wendy, and Jacqueline are in about how Karen allegedly called Jacqueline drunk. And Giselle says Karen always is calling them drunk. Wendy shut it down immediately and was like, Karen ain't in here to defend herself. Let's not do that. And surprisingly, Giselle shut up. Giselle shut it up. Let that have been a year ago, Giselle would have kept on going. Her and Robin just would have been 2 minutes to society, okay? I still don't buy this act that she's doing of this changed woman and all of this type of stuff. She's going along to get along at this point, but this Giselle is far better than the Giselle that we have been getting for the last 8 seasons. So I'll take it and I will not complain, but I still don't like her. All right. Wendy mentions that on the flight, Jazzy called Jacqueline's Mia's sidekick. And Jacqueline was like, there is no comparison to me and Jazzy. Okay. And I was like, ooh, okay. Okay, Jacqueline. Now, I don't know if I agree per se. Don't know if I agree about that. We don't know yet a lot about Jazzy, but from what I know about you, yeah, no, Miss Girl, no. So Mia says to Karen that Stacey is just not that interesting and that the other girls agree. And Karen is shocked by this because Karen knows Stacey to be cool. She's funny. She's lighthearted. She can't believe that Mia and the other girls, feel this way. They get to the house and the house is beautiful. Mia has it decked out. She has a chef there preparing a meal. She has personal chauffeurs for all of the ladies. She has champagne and warm hand towels waiting on everybody. And Karen, however, keeps mentioning how horrible her birthdays have notoriously been while filming this show because they're showing Wendy nothing but love. Wendy had her room decorated. She had a beautiful room and everything. And Karen just keep on mentioning back and forth about how her birthday has always been horrible on the show. I get it the first time she said it, but after she kept on saying it, I was like, Karen, do not be that person. Let Wendy have her moment. This is not about you, girl. Yes, you have had horrible birthdays on this show, but this is not about you, Karen. Okay, stop trying to steal the moment and focus on you. Calm it down. Jacqueline finds out that she has to share a room with Mia again. And this time she wasn't really feeling it. She just knew that she was going to get a good room by herself. And as her bestie, I would have been feeling some type of way too. Like, you couldn't have gave me a good room. Like, why I got to sleep with you, girl? They already think we over here bumping coochies and scissoring. Like, okay, but with the way we saw Jacqueline acting this episode, it seems like anywhere Mia is, she wants to be, and she wouldn't honestly be complaining about anything. So all the girls are sitting having a little bite to eat, and Stacey finally arrives. Everybody's happy to see her. But at the table, Jacqueline decides that it's time that she confront Jazzy about this sidekick comment. And Jazzy says, that was never said. That was never said. But even though she said that was never said, here go Jacqueline talking about I felt a little attacked because I think some of the ladies have been giving the connotation that I'm living in Mia's shadow. I'm the main course, honey. I'm giving the full body everything. And it was like, girl, if you don't sit down somewhere, the girl just said that ain't what she said. And here you go with this whole spiel, standing up, showing off your body and this, that, and the third. And I'm looking like, okay, weirdo. So Jazzy says, where? When she said, I'm giving the full body everything, Jessie said, where? Jacqueline gonna talk about something, the face, the hair, the body, the intellect. And I'm like, yes, Jacqueline, you are a pretty girl, but them teeth, that bottom row, girl, look like some crack dens. It looked like a whole project, okay? Like, it looked like the Peabodys down there. Girl, if you don't get braces, okay? So Jessie was like, from the neck up, sure. Jazzy got a mouth. Jazzy got a mouth, and she ain't afraid to read these girls, and I'm loving her. Even though we ain't got a lot of information on her yet, I'm loving her reads. Reads have been everything. She has been giving it to the girls. Jassy in her confessional says, from what I've gotten to see about Jacqueline, she's just a little obsessed with Mia. And in this episode, we really see how much Jacqueline is obsessed with Mia. Like, it's giving single white female, hands that rocks the cradle. I'm scared, okay? So they flash back to Jacqueline being very territorial about her friendship with Mia. And I noticed it, and I pointed it out on the first episode when they all went to Karen's birthday party, how when Mia arrived with Jassy, Jacqueline had this look on her face like, the f is she doing with this bitch? Who is this girl? Like, and then when she went up her, it was like, I hope you're not trying to replace me, or is this my replacement? Whatever she said, it was like, girl, how old are you? If you don't get somewhere and sit down, it's like she is determined to be Mia's right-hand man and make sure that don't nobody come in between their friendship or get as close to her as, you know, Jacqueline is. And it was like, I'm sure that none of these other girls have gotten to as close to Mia as you have. Okay. Y'all are beyond close. Okay. I'm sure that none of them other girls is over there tonguing down and licking and sticking and fingering Jacqueline like Mia, like you are. Okay. Don't nobody want Bigfoot but you. All right. So Jassy calls herself Mia's new sidekick, and everybody was like, you okay with calling yourself a sidekick? She was like, yeah, because I think that everybody knows that I don't give off sidekick energy or whatever. But I'm like, you just said that you the new one. Like, what is going on that these grown women are fighting over Mia? I'm starting to look at Jassy like, did y'all have a moment on the plane? Was y'all over there feeling each other's cootie cats on the plane? What's going on here with everybody wanting to be Mia's friend all of a sudden? It's so weird to me. Okay. Then we learned that Mia has a bunch of girlfriends that live in the town that they're in that's gonna come join them for dinner that night. And we find out that Jacqueline knows of these girls, but like she don't fuck with them for real. Like, she was cool with one of them, they stopped talking or whatever. Stacey points out that Jacqueline has a lot of beef with a lot of people. And she was like, no, I don't have beef with a lot of people. Karen then jumps in and was like, I have been nothing but a friend to Jacqueline, and I don't feel like she's been a friend to me. When you came to me the night before my party for a phone call, you were seeking my advice. No one was drunk at that phone call. And she was like, I see you. Now, Jacqueline was like, all right, that's fine. It was never a thing of, Karen, you're lying, you were drunk, or whatever the case may be. It's a totally different story coming from Karen. Now, when Mia brought it up at Karen's birthday dinner before she got there, Mia was the one that brought it up. And then Jacqueline co-signed and was like, yeah, she sounded a little, tipsy, a little drunk or whatever, right? But now that we hear the story from Karen, you called Karen asking her for advice and then gonna try to take it to the girls like she called you drunk and just, Jacqueline, and it wasn't even nothing like that. And see, this is why I didn't mind Karen cussing her out, because she needed to be cussed out, because you totally switched this whole situation around and tried to make it be something that it wasn't. So here go Giselle. I just want to say that anything she said, I felt wasn't malicious or mean. And Karen was like, don't do that, Jizzy. Do not do that, Giselle. And I agree with Karen. Don't try to stick up for her, because if it was you, you would feel the same way, especially considering everything that I'm going through right now. And for anybody in this group to try to make it seem like I'm showing drunken behavior when I'm not, to try to ruin my reputation and sully my name, is not going to fly. It's not going to fly at all. We're not doing that. We're not doing that at all. Jacqueline says, once again, she doesn't hear anything that I have to say. Why would she listen to anything that you have to say when you lied on her? Huh? Crooked eye? Like, no. So Karen was like, you're a liar, and this is why I don't with you. And I was like, come on, Karen. You girl. She said, this is why I don't with you, baby. Jacqueline says, okay, don't with me because you're deflecting about a lot of things. Giselle in her confessional says this is actually Karen being, one, a mean girl, and two, you're just deflecting. How do y'all keep on saying this lady is deflecting, when if she was deflecting and not wanting to talk about this topic, she wouldn't have even brought it up to Jacqueline? If that was the case, she would have avoided the conversation at all costs. If she was really truly trying to deflect, she brought it to the table about somebody saying that she was drinking, knowing how people would take that and run with it, or try to, call her drunk or whatever, So I don't understand why they all keep on saying she deflecting, when she said from episode 1 that, yes, this happened. I'm happy I wasn't hurt, and I'm happy that nobody else was hurt. And she hasn't said anything else. I think that they want her to be like, oh my God, I have a drinking problem. I need to stop and I need help. And it's a cry for help. And it just very well may be. But maybe Karen is just not one of those people that like to talk about her like that for real. And then, like she said, it's a situation that's ongoing. She can't really talk about it, and I wouldn't talk about it either on a nationally syndicated television show where the defense can take anything that I say and try to use it against me in court. Hell no, I ain't talking about it neither. Fuck y'all. Karen says, what the have I done for you to lie on me? Shut up. Don't fuck with me. Baby, Karen was cussing Jacqueline the out, and I was here for it. Jacqueline was like, I'm not that kind of person. I'm just not. And Karen was like, girl, you can cry until the cows come home. I don't give a and I wouldn't have gave a either, because don't try to start something and then when I press you on it, now you want to play the victim and act like you didn't do nothing. Mia the one that set your ass up. You should have been looking at Mia like I wasn't even the one that brought it up. It was Mia. And Mia just sat there. Okay. Jacqueline was like, I'm not the only one that was concerned. That was her way of kind of like trying to bring Mia into the fold without bringing Mia to the fold. I was like, girl, you ain't gonna never learn. Mia is going to consistently put you out there to dry. Okay. Karen still don't give a after that. Karen ain't trying to hear shit she got to say. And like she said, don't play with me. Don't with me. Don't talk about me. Keep my name out your mouth. And Karen has been nothing but a friend to that girl, even when Mia wasn't even with her. Okay. So if I was Karen, I would feel some type of way too. Like, don't play with me. You called me asking me for advice, and then you gonna go and run and try to tell it like I'm drunk. The fuck is wrong with you? Because based off what Mia and Jacqueline said, they made it seem like Karen drunk called her. And that was not the case. This girl straight up lied on Karen. So she needed to get cussed out. Stacey finds out that she's going to be sharing a room with Jassy and sleeping in a bunk bed. But surprisingly, she is super duper excited about sleeping in a bunk bed. It was always her dream growing up to have a bunk bed. She never was able to have it. So she is super geeked. And I was like, I like that about her because, you know, with these girls trips, somebody always mad about their room accommodations. It's like, girl, as long as you got a bathroom and a bed, what are you mad about? Like, it's a free trip. Shut the hell up and go to bed. Okay. Jassy has a talk with Jacqueline one-on-one, and she makes it clear. She says, when I said from the neck up, I just meant that whatever is going on, I can't deny that you're a beautiful woman. I wasn't even thinking about how your body is shaped. So Jacqueline took it as though like she was coming for her shape, saying that, you know, she was bad built or whatever. So here go Jacqueline. Was it the outfit? And Jassy said, well, I don't like your outfit, Jacqueline, but that's not why I said that. And one thing you got to say so far about Jassy, she ain't got no problem telling you like it is to your face. She ain't sugarcoat nothing for nobody. And I'm loving that about her because she's very forward like I would be. And she was like, well, it's an airport outfit. Jassy was looking like, I don't care, girl. Stacey and Karen have a one-on-one. And Stacey tells Karen that she's stressed out because it's nearing the time for her to tell Arabella the truth about, you know, her and her husband getting a divorce. And Karen was basically like, I mean, you got to tell her. Like, she probably already know. Like, she's a big girl. Like, you just got to be honest and truthful. And that's how I feel about the situation, too. I know it's a big adjustment, you know, for everybody, but you got to just rip the Band-Aid off and just be a support system, have open dialogue with her, you and the husband. I think that is imperative that they both sit down and tell her, not just one parent. But after that conversation, Karen tells Stacey how the girls said that she was boring. And Stacey was like, boring? Like, what? Like, huh? Me, Mrs. QVC, boring? How dare they? Oh my God. So she is really taken aback by this. Keiarna explains to Stacey and I believe Jassy when they get on the boat, they take a boat ride before dinner, that she's not all the way good with Ashley. You know, at the reunion, Ashley apologized for the situation that happened between her and Deborah. But Keiarna was not willing to accept the apology. You know, they're around each other, but they ain't really with each other. And I don't blame her for not accepting the apology then. There is a conversation that needs to be had between her and Ashley. But it looks like when they do have the conversation, it's not going to go well. Mia talks about how herself, the kids, and Ink, as well as G, vacationed there for New Year's Eve all together. And everybody was like, girl, what you say? Like, huh? Y'all all vacationing as a family. Like, what is going on? Giselle was like, that's a lot. Like, that is a lot. And I agree. Like, can the kids get 5 seconds to adjust to the fact that their parents aren't even together anymore and going through a divorce before you start having your new man, potential baby daddy, spending holidays with y'all? You know, I don't feel sorry for G at all. All the people that feel sorry for G, that she's putting him through this, I could care less, okay? Because G didn't give a damn about his wife when he was cheating on her with Mia and God knows who else. So I don't give a damn about G. My biggest concern is them kids. Like, that's a lot to put children through, and it's confusing, okay? And I'm wondering how her oldest son feel about this. Because he a teenager, like, he really get it. And where he at? He live with his daddy or something like that? Because we don't never see him. So why ain't her oldest son with her? Keiarna then mentions to Stacey that the ladies said, you know, that she was dating. And Stacey was like, well, Ashley was like, Stacey is getting a divorce and she got a new man. Ha, 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 ha. And I just didn't like the energy of it. So I had to say something. Ashley overhears this and was like, Stacey, I said he's a friend. Like, stop doing it. I didn't put your business out there like that. Like, chill. So Karen was like, Ashley, maybe she took it a certain way when you brought it up in front of the group. So Stacey jumps in, everybody gathers around on the boat, and she was like, the way that you spoke about him, JT, in that moment, it just felt like you took someone special and reduced it. So I'm sorry, I shouldn't have snapped at you like that. I think Stacey's thing is more so with herself than it is with Ashley, because when they flash back to the scene, Ashley only said that she got a new friend. Like, she didn't say, girl, she got a new man, they ain't fucking, he a Christian. Like, she didn't go in telling all of her business or anything like that. I think that this situation is bringing up insecurities within Stacey, because Stacey is dating somebody else while still married and going through a divorce, and she don't want her husband to be able to use anything against her. Ashley accepts the apology. Giselle jumps in and was like, but you were like, Ashley is messy. She's messy. You're being messy. And I think that's what hit a nerve with you, right? Ashley was like, yeah, because she just met me. How does she know? I'm like, well, girl, if anybody watches the show, they know that you messy, Ashley. Like, what you mean? How does she know? Have you not seen you or met you? We all know that you're messy. Stacey says, but you also spent hours at my house. Then you came over the next day and put your bunions on my marble my marble countertop. And I was like, I knew she had to feel some way about that lady putting her foot up on her damn furniture. Cause ain't no way. I would have checked her right then and there. You lost your rabbit ass mind. You had a black mama growing up. Despite y'all living in tents, you should know better than to put your feet up on somebody's countertop. Have you lost your big foreheaded mind? Ashley, I think she apologized for putting her feet up on that lady countertops. So Stacey tells the ladies that she's been celibate for a year because JT is a devout Christian. Giselle in her confession was like, well, I was married to a man that, believed in the Lord, and, we was bumping and grinding. Okay. Y'all already know how I feel about this man. It's just, it ain't connected for me. Like, I just feel like it's some weird shit going on there with her and this man, but we shall see. So even Mia in her confessional was like, Stacey is not celibate. Like, don't believe the hype. That lady is not celibate. And when she said that, it made me think, like, is she and this man on here saying that they're not having sex so it won't affect her divorce? And they really are? Food for thought. Food for thought. Stacey was then like, who called me boring? And Giselle was like, well, I think I said stiff, maybe. And so Mia was like, well, we had a conversation at breakfast this morning and we all agreed that you're a little uninterested. Girl, I know you ain't gonna call nobody no uninterested. I would have been like, I'd rather be uninterested than a whore than a lady of a night. Like, bitch, please. But Stacey took it on the chin. She didn't really allow it to affect her. She laughed it off. They get back to the house. It's a beautiful dinner setting done by Mia's friend. They sit down for dinner and Mia's friends arrive. And right off rip, you could tell Jacqueline's guard was up and that she felt like territorial. Like, it was like, I got to prove that this is my friend. She is my friend. Nobody else's friend. So Giselle confronts Karen about the whole party situation. And Karen was like, I do really regret not being there for your father's event. They agreed to just be more transparent and communicative together. Giselle leaves because she's going to go and see her daughters for something they have for school. And then she's going to fly back the same day. So more of Mia's friends arrive. They sit down, they're eating. And Mia asks her friends to tell a funny story about her. So they get to telling funny stories. And one of the girls is telling a story about how something, it was about Mia and G. And it was a story from way back. Here go Jacqueline jumping in. Well, I've known her since Looney Tunes Adventures was on. We used to watch Hey Arnold after school together. That's how long we've been friends. And I'm like, everybody was looking like, okay, girl, we know you've known her a long time. We know that she lived with you and your family at one point. And it was like, girl, calm down. Like, this ain't a pissing contest of who's known Mia the longest. It was like, girl, sit down. I just wanted to swat her like she was a gnat. Mia then tells a story about a time when Karen kicked it with her and her friend Joy, who is at the dinner. And Joy was nodding her head like, oh, I know this story. I know what she about to say. Karen was like, what story? Like, what happened? Because Karen even mentioned earlier in the episode in her confessional that she had kicked it with Mia and Joy and that she had a time. They had a good time together, okay? So Mia was like, we kicked it, and after you left, you accidentally butt dialed me, and you was with somebody else, and we heard you say those girls think I'm with Ray. And that's where it's cut off at. And I was like, okay, you could take that one or two ways. The obvious way that Mia is going to try to spin it or take it is if she left them to go be with another man and butt down and was like, they think that I'm with Ray or whatever, but I'm really with you. Or you could take that as she was with somebody else. She could have been with a girl, a home girl of hers. Like, girl, they think I'm with Ray or whatever, but I'm really kicking it with you. It could have been a situation where she used Ray as an excuse to leave from around them. You know, we've all done that. Y'all got to get home. My husband want me home, or I got to get home to feed my kids. I got to go. You know what I'm saying? We've all done stuff like that. So it could have been a situation. She was like, girl, I got to get out of here. Me and Ray got late night dinner plans or whatever the case may be, but she really was going to kick it with somebody else, like her other girlfriends. Or it could have been another man. Child, we don't know. But the way that she told the story, it doesn't even seem like Mia knew who the somebody else was. But the biggest thing that I got out of is that she lied to y'all and dipped and went somewhere with somebody else. So I can't wait for next week's episode to see the conclusion of that. But this was a great episode, honey. Everybody's showing up and showing out, and I'm loving it. Yeah, only person to me that really ain't got a lot going on, as always, is Ashley. Like, Ashley is really sticking out like a sore thumb this season with the fresh new faces and storylines and personalities. It's like giving the same old tricks with Ashley. Same old tricks. And we're like so over them. So over them. I'm going to give this week's episode an A. It was really, really good. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Let's talk about it down below in the comment section. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.